Hello guys,
And in Jakarta.
welcome to another vlog. Today we are exploring Jakarta and it's also our first full day here. So might be a good first impressions theme in this video. So we'll share a lot of things that we have already learned and what we're going to learn in the next couple of hours. Now we are in Pasar Baru, which is like one of the many neighborhoods in central Jakarta. Jakarta itself is spread over a very large area and there are a large number of neighborhoods. The main ones being West Jakarta, East Jakarta, North Jakarta, South Jakarta and Central Jakarta. There are many suburbs that go, oh that looks nice. There's also a canal right here. Now we are walking on this main road and it is a little noisy, but we wanted you to feel exactly what we are feeling. So we are trying this new style of vlogging where we keep it as raw as we can and let us know if you prefer this. Central Jakarta, this is like the main place to stay if you want to be very close to all of the main attractions. And we chose to stay here because it's within walking distance.
All the attractions we want to visit today. So today full day will be a jam-packed day and a lot of walking to do.
So as you can see, there's a lot of traffic behind us. This is a one-way, lot of one-ways here in Jakarta. I think that's what makes the traffic a lot smoother. But so many vehicles and it's obviously a Tuesday, so people are going to work at 9 o'clock. We can see a lot of public transport here. We haven't had a chance to try it within the city because there are some complications around how you can do it as a foreigner, like basically to acquire the touch and go cards and things like that. We asked in the supermarket near our homestay, but it's not available, they said. We faced a very similar issue in Bali as well, but over there somebody actually helped us out. You can see that in the videos from our Bali time there. So we'll talk about Jakarta a little bit more once we reach the first stop.
Zebra crossings everywhere and it's pretty safe to cross the road even though the traffic is so insane.
We are actually now at the Jakarta Cathedral and we're just waiting for the doors to open and we can go inside the museum. We did go inside the church and it's very beautiful. There's a great deal of history to it. And if you didn't know, Indonesia was colonized by the Dutch for over 400 years. It was part of the Dutch East India Trading Company. This entire part of Southeast Asia was occupied by them. Jakarta is one of the most populous cities here in Southeast Asia and also the fastest growing capital city in the world. Can you believe that? And the population here is about 10.6 million. And Indonesia itself is actually one of the most populous countries in Asia, besides India and China. And this is because they have a population of 275 million as of 2021. And it is also a Islamic majority country, which also brings it to the most populous Islamic country in the world. So a lot of records there that Indonesia has. But right now we are inside a church, and what we learned is this church is right across the street from the most impressive mosque in the whole country. And they both are here to represent how there is unity across religions, across people and communities. And it's actually very wonderful because in the beginning we thought that Indonesia being an Islamic majority country, there would be a lot of rules for us to follow every now and then. Like obviously the Middle East has its own rule set in that way, but it's been very easy. Thought we'll share a few quick facts that we learned about before we head on to explore more of Jakarta. But Jakarta is located on the island of Java. It's one of the bigger islands here in the archipelago of Indonesia, which
and supposed to be one of the most impressive and interesting islands in the entire Southeast Asia.
And this Java is just one of probably 240,000 islands that Indonesia is made of. So it's so crazy to even picture that number, right? But the location is actually very close to Malaysia. So if you see on the map, Indonesia spans across thousands and thousands of kilometers, and Java is sort of at the center of it.
While we were coming here from the airport, we saw that this city has so many skyscrapers. I was like shocked looking at it. And then I learned online that this is ranked 12th in the world for the number of skyscrapers it has. Can you believe that?
It's also important to know that Indonesia is one of the biggest economies, the biggest in fact in Southeast Asia, and you can see that in pretty much anywhere in Jakarta as well. The buildings are really huge. There's a lot of development.
And in this city, we can see so many types of, there's so much diversity in the people they have. We have Javanese here, we have Chinese, Malay, Indians, Arabs, and even Europeans living in the city. So it's a very diverse, and you can see even the architecture in the city, it's a mix of all these put together.
Anyway, the public transport system does look very efficient because they have clearly laid out paths on the road where the buses are moving. It seems to be very similar to a mass rapid transport system which is there in Singapore or in Malaysia.
Even on Google Maps, if you want to go from one place to another, it will actually suggest you which bus to take, which bus number to take, or even the train.
So it's all very efficient for people to move around. We just have to figure out, maybe we'll give it a try and see if we can get on one of these. So a couple of other things that we think will be helpful to you is to get a SIM card. It's very easy. You can get it at the airport. They do a registration also right there. You get Telkom Cell, which is one of the best here for 4G. Parts of Jakarta also have 5G, but 4G is good enough. There's Wi-Fi pretty much everywhere and it's all really fast.
In Indonesia, the currency is IDR, which is Indonesian rupiah. So we can say $1 will give you around 15,500 rupiah. 1 Indian rupee is equal to 188 Indonesian rupiah. So you can see how low the value of currency here is.
So there is price parity, which means that if you buy a water bottle here, it doesn't mean it's so cheap. It's priced very normally. So you pay around 5,000 to 10,000, anywhere in that range for a 1.5 litre bottle, which is about 50 cents or 40 Indian rupees. The one interesting thing we wanted to tell you about Jakarta was about how the city is actually sinking. A lot of news reports have indicated that the city is sinking at 11 inches per year, which is like almost a foot. and that has to do with all of the excessive development that's happened in this city in Java. And the sand, the land itself is not as
It's very
thick
soft.
and strong as you would expect it to be for a city of this size. Because of that, and a lot of fear amongst the locals, the president actually declared that they would be moving the capital city from Java to the island of Borneo, where Kalimantan, East Kalimantan more specifically, where they have already identified a place that they will build a capital on.
But still, the city is still developing. I don't see any restrictions put anywhere. There's
Yeah.
a lot of development happening. Wherever we see, there's some construction or the other happening.
But it's important to know that this new city, although they have approved it and no construction has begun, it seems that the Indonesian government currently has no funding ability to actually get that city up and running. It'll be interesting to see how this works out, because building a brand new capital is a massive amount of effort and money. Northern part of the city has apparently sunk to a great extent because of excessive flooding. In 2002, there was a massive flood and many homes were destroyed. Permanently, some of them are under water now. And we did see it when we were flying on top. We thought they were just like salt fields or something, but it looks really bad.
After the floods in 2002, the government actually built a wall on the shore so that the water does not enter the houses in case of high tide. But this is not exactly a permanent solution, it's a temporary solution, and people are very, very scared.